All right, guys, what is up? Jason Cardamone here. I am going to get straight to the point. I have a complete rock star on the hangout here, and I'm not going to take up too much of your time. We're going to jump right over. His name is Jason O'Neill, and I've been full-time working from home for 6 years now, and I've seen a lot of things in this industry. I've built huge teams. I've coached thousands of people and watched struggles, and I just want you guys to realize what a blessing it is to have someone like this and get some of their time. And I'll tell you guys, we were just chatting right before we turned this on, and Jason O'Neill said, now this is tricky, we're both Jason, but Jason O'Neill was like, let's at least change one person's life today. And that's part of our greatest intention here is to let you guys see you can really make incredible money. And I'm going to argue it's never been this easy with a few little tools we have. So Jason, jump on and let's hear like a minute or a couple minutes background or whatever you want to say, dude.
I'm actually going to spare all the people the boring background, because I want to talk about making money. I want to talk about the struggles that everybody, I'm going to say 100% of the people that ever enter into the make money online via affiliate marketing or network marketing, they struggle with. And it's the same across the board, and that's sales. Sales. If you don't make sales in a business, guess what you don't do? You don't have a business. You don't make money. And, this video is specifically talking to people who have gone out there and tried to build that automated income, that got roped into paying thousands of dollars for marketing training just so someone else can make a commission. Okay, I'm talking to those people that have been trying to find that way to escape their job, and they're trying to sell shakes or vitamins or whatever it is, and they're throwing home parties, and they're putting up all these posts on Facebook trying to gain some influence in their communities, but they're not making any progress. They don't know how to. You don't know how to build that lead capture page. You don't know how to get traffic to your site. And guess what happens if you don't know how to get traffic to your thing that you're trying to sell? You make no sales. And then you jump from one thing to another. You're always looking for something. You're looking for that magic bullet to get from where you are right now to wherever your financial position you might want to be, whether that's to just make your first sale ever online, or it's to go make a fortune. Sometimes it just starts with simplicity. And we have a business here. I'm going to share some numbers here. We'll just jump right into this. I'll share my screen.
Jason, and I wanted to ask you, so for some people who don't know, we're assuming people don't know at all who either of us are. Can you show some proof, show some numbers from like last month, April,
yeah,
what you've done here in 2014?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about right now what I want you to picture is you have a website, right? You're an internet marketer, you have a website, and over the last 30 days you got over 600,000 people to visit your website for free. If you're a marketer, that should have your attention, and that should tell you why this is the very last thing that you ever need to look at, at least for the foreseeable future. We're talking about buyer traffic where people are looking to buy something specifically to their search. Imagine if you had a website called Wikipedia and you showed up on the first page of Google for every single search that someone ever did without having to do SEO or PPC or build lead capture pages or any of that stuff. You have something called Amazon. Okay, and what is Amazon? Amazon's a large mall, the world's largest mall. It's a marketplace of people who are looking to buy and sell things. And when people are coming on the site searching for something, what are they looking to do? They're looking to buy something. They're looking to buy that red patio chair or that black metal spatula. You don't have to convince them that your pill, potion, or shake is good. You don't have to talk about the health benefits that they're going to get out of it. You don't have to convince someone to get all in. I'm getting a call. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, you don't have to convince someone to get all in and spend lots of money. What you need to do is just go make some sales. And that's what this is all about, is teaching people how to make sales. So I want to not just talk about it, I want to show you. This is my numbers for the last 30 days on Amazon. This is my buyer traffic, okay? So in this column you see the amount of page views, that's the amount of times people landed on my products on any specific day. This is the amount of items that I sold in that day, and this is the amount of gross sales that I made in that day. So you'll see that over the last 30 days, I sold $115,000 worth of products. We have 582,000 web visitors. Let's see if this is updated from, hasn't updated with yesterday yet. So this is really over 600,000 as soon as they update these numbers. That's why that number fooled me right there. But yeah, this is people that are looking to go online and buy stuff, not looking to build a list or generate leads or any of that stuff. This is straight up people looking to buy stuff. And when you want to talk about making a fundamental change in your business, it's when you start selling things. You know, it's when you start selling things, and you see it all over the internet right now. People are going out there, they're talking about how frustrated they are that nobody sees the same vision that they see. You know, because you're trying to convince someone to buy something that they don't want to buy. This is a whole difference. We don't have to convince someone to buy something. They just want to buy it anyways. And as long as you treat them well on the back end, if they buy something and they ever want to return it, let them return it and then go sell something else to someone else. Not a big deal. You know?
So let's step like a 30,000-foot view looking at what you just showed. So you just sold $115,000 in the last 29 days in sales, and so can you explain to people in like 30 seconds, these are products you made, or what are you selling? You know, explain the real high level business model.
Yeah, high level thing is we're taking retail products, we're marking up the retail products, and we're selling it in a place where people are looking to buy stuff, which is Amazon. So big picture is Amazon doesn't have every single product in the world. So you might say, well, why wouldn't Amazon be selling that stuff? Because it's impossible. You can't do it. You can't sell every single product in the world, and there's a lot of suppliers out there that want to sell to Walmart or Sears or Kmart or Wayfair, and they don't have relationships already established with Amazon. You know, so there's an endless amount of products that aren't already on the world's largest shopping mall. You know, Amazon, they've spent the billions of dollars, so you have an unlimited marketing budget behind you, attracting people to come there and shop. I mean, who watching this, honestly, can just raise their hand if they've shopped on Amazon before? I mean, you know, virtually, I bet every single person watching this, and if you're one of the very few that's sitting there saying, I don't shop online, then you're on the wrong webinar anyways. You know, this is an unparalleled opportunity to earn a living that has never been available in the world, because you have $100 billion company that always reinvests their money back into their systems, that's allowing you to piggyback off of them, you know, off of all the branding that they've done. They've built the brand. You know, they've got the trust in the marketplace. People go there happily and shop. And 99% of the time, they're perfectly happy with the order after you ship it to them, even if they find out it's coming from another company. So, I mean, they're bringing the buyers to the market, and you're bringing the product to the buyers. You know, and when you consider how large the market is, you're talking about $1 trillion being exchanged in e-commerce. $1 trillion. That's a lot of money. You know, you can't imagine how much money that is. You know, that's more money than every billionaire on the earth has right now. You know, I mean, it's a crazy amount of money. So,
and your
opportunity is just there.
So, Jason, I remember a very famous marketer named Frank Kern, and he talked about once, there's just millions of dollars transacting all the time, and all you have to do is find a way to tap into one of the streams. And
Yeah.
I've thought about that a lot, and watch what you've been doing these last 5-6 months or whatever. It's we're doing that exact thing here, just tapping right into the stream. And so where you know, so you just showed us some crazy numbers. Can you talk a little bit about And don't go in all your background. I know we want to get straight to numbers and stuff. What about the person who's sitting here like, yeah, dude, I'm sure, Jason, you've been doing Amazon for like 10 years to fend all that much and profits, and what have you done the last 5-6 months?
I mean, I did over $20,000 in gross profits last month. Net profits. So gross profits a little bit lower than that, but not all that terribly much. This month I'm pacing to hit 25. I'm looking for 30. Here we are on the 10th of June, so the goal coming into the month was 30. And I just got started 6 months ago in this business. You know, I started my first day selling anything on the internet was December 12th of 2013. We're June 10th, 2014 right now. So this is quick, man. I'm moving as fast as I possibly can. I'm pushing the limits as much as I can, because the way that I look at business is, just because I have $20,000 coming in, it doesn't mean I have $20,000 coming in. It means that I'm going to take as much of that $20,000, put it back into my business. This is how I've grown it to $20,000. It's because every single month, I keep reinvesting everything that I can back into the business, and you know, I can get to the point where in a month I can hit 50, and in a few months I could hit 100, which is the initial goal right now, to be at $100,000 in net profits by the end of the year. You know, and I couldn't imagine honestly. Any business opportunity, and I don't say that to be mean about business opportunities, but let's be honest, 95+% of people that enter into home-based businesses don't really ever make a dime, and out of that 5% of people that actually do make money, it's usually not life-changing, and then you have, you know, the 1% of those people that you know, that everybody looks up to, the leaders, you know. And this is different because anybody can step into this and sell something. You don't have to have any particular skills. You don't need to know how to put web pages together or drive traffic or any of the other stuff that literally are why nobody makes money on the internet. You know, because you don't have any influence in your community, and you can always tell your influence if you want to determine how much you have. Post something on your personal Facebook page if you use that as your marketing tool, and see how many people actually interact with it. Do you get one like? Sometimes I remember when I was chasing that rabbit, I would post stuff for days on end and maybe get 1 or 2 likes out of every 10 posts, and it was like, gosh, I must suck at what I do here, you know. And it's not that you suck; it's just nobody's looking to you for the business advice, you know. And this is a business where it's about making money, and you go out there and make money. And if you want to do the network marketing thing, if you want to do the recruiting thing, let your results speak for you. There's already enough broke people going out there trying to teach other people how to make money. And if that's your coach, if you're being coached by someone that isn't making any money, it's a vicious cycle, right? You're just taking advice from people that aren't doing as well as you want to do. So what I'm hoping to be able to do in this video is and contribute to our team, because I can't personally coach everybody, is at least contribute to our team, at least the mindset, and maybe a little bit of the blueprint to get there, to get the train to pull out of the station, because that's always the hardest part, is to just get that first little bit of momentum being built. And what we've built with our team, I think, is incredible. You know, we are starting to see where there's a lot of people that are starting to come through and see some results, and you know, they're, for the first time in their lives, making money out of a home-based business, and just the weight of the world's lifted off their shoulders because they're not having to go beat their friends and family up to try to make a dime.
Jason, I want to real quickly, I love the mindset and blueprint thing. I specifically want to hear you answer someone starting right where you were on December 12th right now. What would they do the next 90 days? But right before that, you were just on stage recently, and there was a question asked to the audience about how many people had made a profitable sale. And I want you to talk about what you saw, because you had a different perspective than people in the audience, and that I don't have a picture of that. I have one. It's not online yet. But what did you explain that through your perspective, dude?
Man, I wish I had my camera on that at the exact moment and had it on film, because for the first time ever at a network marketing event, every single person in the audience raised their hand. I mean, if someone didn't raise, it was like literally one or two people that you can't see out of the 1,500 sitting there with the lights in your eyes. And, you know, every single person raised their hand, and that was incredible. You know, that was, you just don't see it in the. You know, if we're going to get into the sales mode here, I mean, it's $20. Here's the thing: whoever's giving you this video to watch it, if you're even going to go through the process of asking a million questions, you need to really sit and think about, okay, it's $20. I'm going to go in there and bust my butt for what I learned for $20, and if I just can't figure it out, which I have an offer, and I challenge everybody on the team. Some of you might hate me for it, but I say you challenge people that if you sign up under someone and you go put 100 items up using the training, and you don't make your $20 back, that the person that brings you on board gives you $100 back, because it's not going to happen. It's impossible. Yep. It's impossible. But you know, hey. Maybe there's that one person that says, well, I need that $20. I need that $20, and, you know, I don't have $20 to lose. Well, I guess this is a moment of faith for you. You know, that's all it started with me was with $20. I was at a point where I was at a crossroad in my life, and I didn't have any income coming in. I spent $20. I started listing items immediately using what was taught, and I was like, oh, this works. Okay, cool. I actually made a sale on eBay now. That's pretty neat. You know, so someone brand new starting out or looking to come on board, just take the training, go make money with it. Don't worry about everything that can go wrong. You know, just go do it. And then build the belief within yourself that you deserve to be successful for once in your life. You know, you see, if you see one thing that holds everybody back, it's really the belief in themselves. They all say the same thing. I'm so used to failing. I'm so used to letting myself down. You know, and that's honestly the only thing that holds anybody in that even does join. You know, let's just be different for once than all the other people out there that are promising the world. You know, you got to bust your butt, okay? Don't come into this saying this guy's making $115,000 a month in sales, and, you know, oh, it's automated income. Because, yeah, I bust my butt. I bust my butt every single day to get here, you know? Sorry. You see? Like, my phone just rings all day now. Yeah, I bust my butt. So, you know, if another question that you're going to ask someone is, well, how much time am I going to have to devote? How much is your life worth to you? How much are you worth to yourself? How hard are you willing to work to get to that point? You know, I mean, if your answer is you're not going to stop until you feel proud of yourself for once, then you're going to work as many hours for however long it takes for you to get to that point. You know,
Jason, I want to share something. So I have a person I introduced. His name is Jerry, and he's probably going to see this at some point. And Jerry, in his first 30 days following the path this Jason O'Neill's led out in front of, really one of the top Amazon guys, I think, in our whole company. But Jerry plugged in. He runs 2 other full-time businesses. So I interviewed Jerry a little bit about a week ago, and 30 days in, super part-time, like 1 to 2 hours a day kind of thing. Jerry did more than $4,500 in sales his first 30 days. And I thought he'd put in 3-4 hours a day. He's like, dude, it was so part-time. It was like 11 at night, and he would try to stay up for like an hour or 2 at max listing items and stuff. But he made right around 1,000 somewhere in profits his first 30 days, completely part-time, $4,500 in sales. And that's because the road that you paved Jason, and that's like one story out of 1,000 we could bring up here. So that's.
You know, I mean, I feel for, you know, I'm not just someone that's gonna talk the talk. I feel for once I'm actually walking the walk. You know, I'm not on these hangouts trying to impress people or trying to convince them that my deal is the deal for them. You know, I just know at this point that out of everything that's out there in the home-based business world, there's nothing. I don't care. I'm not going to bash any companies, but you know, some of them should be ashamed of themselves. Honest to goodness, for what they do to people and what they do to families, and you know, in the name of making a dollar. You know, I feel like for one time in my life that I do make a difference in people's lives, and I feel proud about that. You know, it's something that motivates me every single day to keep getting better, because I know that there's someone out there that might watch some of the things that I put out there and might watch this video and say, gosh, man, if that guy can do it, so can I. And that's really all it takes, right, is to have that belief. If that guy can do it, so can I. And it's sad. It's sad that so few people actually ever break through their own limitations that they place on themselves. But you know, I can be proud of recruiting people into this company, and it doesn't shame me whatsoever. Every single person has the same opportunity right in front of them. And yeah, I guess you can go out there and Google and say, oh, is dropship domination a scam? And then you get someone that's sucks at life, excuse my language, but sucks at life, that decides that everything in the world's a scam because they suck at everything that they do and they're not willing to ever try. So instead of blaming me, I'm going to blame you. You know, like we see that too much. Everybody needs to man the F up and take responsibility for their lives, you know. And if you're even typing in, I'm sorry, but if you're even typing in, is dropship domination a scam, you're killing yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot immediately, because even if you sign up, you're putting one foot in the kiddie pool, and you're saying, oh man, that water's 69 degrees. It needs to be 71 before I can jump in. And that's just with that one toe. I'm getting prepared. I'm getting prepared to see success in my life. I need to prepare. You see it all the time. You know, you see it all the time, and I'm passionate about this because I know that it is something that you don't have to recruit. I hate recruiting. I do. I mean, I think I love having people on my team, but I hate recruiting because then I have to teach people a bunch of stuff, you know. I mean, I want to go make money and I want to build my business, and you know, that's my contribution to my team, is I build my business and let them see the way that I build the business, you know, like, and I don't have to sit back and say, hey, let me tell you how to list an item, and some of the stuff that I think weak recruiters would do, you know. So I hope that someone's watching this and says, I'm going to be strong, and I'm not going to be someone that's going to babysit. I'm going to go make myself some money for once, instead of trying to make everybody else happy. I'm going to go focus on me and build the life that I want to build. And this is an avenue for you to do it financially.
Jason, would you you just inspired me to think about something. So talking about how, you know, Jerry and all these other people have watched what you're doing and been inspired by it. Would you be willing to, like, 30 seconds, that, you know, that video at the top of our Monopoly group where you walk through the last 3, 4, 5, whatever months? Would you skip screen to screen, month to month, or does that take a while to set up?
I don't think so. Let me just see real quick. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just skip through, like, when you were at 0. And the reason I'm asking this is I've watched that video several times, and
we'll share some compounding. We'll share some compounding stuff here. Because I've always looked at this business as a compounding business. I started out. I'll start it out saying, crap. I started out saying I just need to make $40 a day right now to survive, and you know, that's obviously not empowering or motivating, but you know, to someone, $40 a day is where they're starting out, and that's where I started out. I mean, I started at 4, you know, and I always looked at it like this. I said, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. the way that I looked at it was if I can just keep investing back into the business, this is something that can kind of double month over month over month because there's that big of a demand from people. There's just an endless supply. So let's go back to the very beginning. You remember how the last 30 days I've done almost 600,000 in visitors, right? In traffic. So it took, what have I been on here for? Four full months now. It took, I guess, 3 months to get to 400,000 of that. So think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. So if it was to continue down this pace, right? You see, it started at 479, jumped up to 1,300, 1,700, 2,000. You know, it's a slow, gradual, steady climb, right? I mean, it's not knocking it out of the park by any stretch of the imagination, but doing a little business, getting a little better every day. You know, if you go improve yourself in this business 1% every single day, how good can you be after 90?
Yep.
You know, I mean, rather than coming into this and saying, well, I need to know all the answers first before I do anything, you go out there and you just go do it, and then you'll start figuring out answers, and guess what? Problems will pop up that you don't ever expect anyway. So it doesn't matter. You can't plan for everything. You know, so let's just keep going down this. You know, we're starting to hit 7,000, 9,000, 13,000. You know, we're steadily increasing. You know, I think we had a solid month or two where we stayed around the same mark, and there we go. We start hitting 30,000. I think we're up to 40,000 now. 40,000 visitors in a day, 43 sales, 33 sales, 24 sales, 19, 24, 31. I mean, we're talking about money now. We're not talking about leads. That's the difference here. Let's talk about making money for once. You know, that's what we teach people how to do on our team. This is about money. This isn't about you coming into our team so we can rah-rah you and make you feel good, and you can go out there and, you know, post about how awesome your new business opportunity is, and then all your friends say, well, weren't you in another one last week? Why are you in a new one now? You know, this is about you go out there and get results, and then guess what happens? Your friends start saying, what the hell are you doing?
Yep.
How do I get involved with that? How do I become a part of what you have going on? You seem happy. You seem relieved, and you see it right now in our group. You see people who have literally been kicked through life. You know, we all have our struggles. You know, we can either let those struggles hold us back forever, or we can take them and use them as learning experiences, which you should always probably do, is learn why something failed. You know, is it you? Maybe. Probably. Yes. Yep. Guaranteed. It always is. It always is us. We're always the common denominator in success and failure in everything that we do. So, you know, it's once you can take accountability for that. But still, you have people in our group that for the first time are seeing success. You know, I get messages all the time, and it makes me feel awesome. You know, I put let me find this comment. Let me just show you how cool our group is compared to what you usually see out there in a scammy business, make money online, BS marketplace. Let me find this post. You can't see my screen right now, can you?
No.
All right, cool. I'm just kind of going behind the scenes, pulling this up on Facebook.
Jason,
all right.
For that, I'm going to throw in that I've been team building for years and years, and the reason I'm here right now is when I joined this thing at the end of January, I actually went in the group, and my first hour, I saw 2 people, them or their spouses, had walked away from their jobs. I saw dozens upon dozens of people making money for the first time. And I built these big teams, and it took so many months and years to help people do that. And here people are just cranking it out. The first day I'm in there, I couldn't believe it. So this is talk some about that team.
And this here is our higher level group. So this is the one that you get into whenever you actually try and want to get into it. You know, like there's the $20 level, and you get in at the $20 level, you start making some money, you start building that belief, and then, novel idea, hey, how about you start scaling up and learning some new skills within the drop shipping world by actually getting products that teach you skills that's going to help you make more money, right? Not just to make new profits off of you. So the way that this whole profit deal is set up, or the whole networking marketing side of things are set up, people upgrade because they're making money, and you can feel good about getting people to upgrade. So this is a post that I put up in the Facebook group. I said I need to ask the group a favor. I'm about to cut a video to show people the power of what we have. This was a week ago, and I've been able to help. And if I've been able to help anyone here make progress in their Amazon business, can you please let the people who will be watching this video know, okay? So this is people that I've directly been able to impact in our small group. I don't know how many people we have in here. I think it's under 100 still. So, and some of them aren't all that active. So, here's Brian saying, your help has basically shed countless hours off my learning curve. So how much is time worth? How much is your time worth? Countless hours of knowledge. This is from you, Jay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. And when I speak, I shut up. Funny, man. I always speak, though. I never shut up.
Well, dude, I'm a talker too, so this is like hard for me to just shut up. But I'm dead serious about that, man. This is you. You cut. So we were talking about modeling earlier. Modeling is finding someone who's done something you want and doing what they did to go get it. And that's a part of why I'm here right now. Jason and I were talking earlier, and I'm like learning every little nugget I can. So this is powerful stuff, dude. Keep going.
Yeah, well, this is me not even really hopping on the phone and giving these people like any type of training or anything, but this is the difference this is the difference in our group. You have people making money. Give me a lot of shortcuts on learning, but inspiration to reach. Now, if you were to join our group, Jerry's a guy that you were just talking about that's making money now. He I don't know, 5,000 in sales or something like that. Yep. And you have, Joanne, and what the nice thing is, it's funny because I think about it, and I'm not a big network marketer, so I don't go out there and do a lot of the recruiting stuff, and it feels good to at least be a part of the community that I don't have to recruit a lot of people to make a difference in people's lives, and it makes me feel good to be able to pay it forward to people who actually try. Now let me be honest with you. I mean, this could offend some people, and if it does, so be it. You have to earn my time at this point, because I am busy, and it's not like forgetting where you come from, but it is a matter of, I busted my butt to get here. So, it's like by the time I get a lot of messages from people, and I don't ever mean to come across as short, but it's like I'm not answering that question. You can simply pick up the phone and get an answer to it from eBay or Amazon, or, you gotta be willing to go out there and make it happen. It's not join and you're magically wealthy, So anybody that's looking for magical wealth, probably, and anybody that does jump in after this video, you're gonna have a good recruit. You're gonna have someone that wants to come in here and work their butt off, and not just say they're gonna work their butt off, but someone that's literally gonna take it seriously and work their butt off. Now, is that a little bit different than what we hear on the internet all the time?
Just a little.
Who else is just tired of all the bull crap out there? I mean, it's endless. You never know who you can believe and trust anymore, and that's horrible. That's horrible that, you see so many people out there that are acting like they're making some money, and they're not making any money. So like you're talking about, is who are you going to model? What business opportunity are you going to take to the next level? Because that's the only people watching this are people interested in working from the house or building a business from home, or that's the only people watching this. So, there's plenty of business opportunities out there, and who are you going to follow? Who are you going to follow? The people that are actually making it happen, that actually have systems that you can duplicate, which, if we're being honest, like in the traditional marketing world, no systems are truly duplicatable because there's the degree of that person's influence that's at, you know, if you're jumping on a big leaders team, for example, you can't duplicate that person's success easily. It's going to take lots of time, lots of energy, lots of failure to get there in the traditional business opportunity world. You know, if you were to join the guys at the top of some of the network marketing companies that you're used to seeing, you're not going to get their time. You know, they're going to say, hey, here's a marketing funnel for you to use, and, you know, go out there and buy traffic. And in order for you to start buying traffic, first you should get all in and buy all of our products. So then we can teach you how to buy traffic. And, you know, by the end of everything, you end up losing your shirt, and you still don't know what the heck you're doing. And this is different because you can come in at $20 and you don't need your sponsor to hold your hand. You know, you don't, and don't even try to be a person that needs a sponsor to hold their hand. You know, make the decision that you're going to make yourself successful, regardless of what someone else out there tells you to do. If your sponsor's not answering your questions, or, you know, be resourceful. You know, I know Tony Robbins speaks about this. He says people's lack of results and lack of success isn't because of lack of resources, which you see a lot of times. Like, why aren't you succeeding right now? Because I don't have any money. I'm broke. I can't afford to buy products, so I don't do anything. You know, it's a lack of resourcefulness. Right. And it's not, as soon as someone makes a decision to be resourceful, they'll break through. And by being resourceful, that means not waiting for someone to give you the pat on the butt and say everything's going to be okay. You know, it's to give yourself the pat on the butt and saying, I'm going to make this crap happen right now. You know, and that's the only way that I've been able to get to where I am at this point, is to demand of myself to push and push and push and not accept mediocrity, not accept going on Facebook and looking for someone to make me feel good. You know, I mean, I love it. I love the attention. I love when people say nice things. I love helping people. But my source of self isn't built around, you know, I don't need someone telling me at this point that I can do it. You know, you don't need anybody telling you you can do it. You deep down know you can if you make that decision. So you have to figure out how to do it. This is at least a vehicle that will help you get the train to pull out of the station. And then at that point, honestly, regardless of if it's this business or another business, you're going to be responsible still for figuring out, how do I build a successful business? You know, network marketing, selling something. I mean, I don't mean to like talk people out of joining, but I think that people need to understand that they're responsible even after they join. Like, I can probably sell someone on my awesome results all day and say you can do it too, and someone will join. But who do you want on your team? Do you want the people that are going to go in there and bust it down? Or do you want the people that are just going to like come in there and stick their toe in the water and say, oh, I'm going to maybe try this, yep, and see what I can do? You know, I just think that in this world, we don't need any more babying. We need people that are going to step up and say, hey, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to lead the charge. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there and lead the charge, and I'm going to show you what's possible in this. And you might not get me to hold your hand through the process, but you're damn sure going to be able to see at least what's possible out there if you demand of yourself excellence. You know, and that's all I can do.
Yes, dude. So you mentioned Blueprint a little bit ago, and something I love asking people is, you know, if you were to start basically from scratch right now, and not, you can't start from scratch. You know, we could take all your current products and sales and everything away, but what should someone, let's say someone's listening right now and they didn't leave yet, and they're like, dude, I want this. I see something. Sure. I'm willing to risk $20. I mean, that's nothing, guys.
That's it.
And so let's say you have a serious person right now and they're listening and they're like, dude, what would I do the first 90 days to really, I'm talking about like change their life in the next, I'm talking 90 days, dude. I'm not saying in a year from now making $1,000 a month and finally built. I mean, dude, 90 days, what do they do?
Fight through their self-doubt. I mean, fight through their self-doubt. Fight through the days where you're not making a sale and you're like, what's wrong with me? Why am I no good at this? I'm going to start looking at other stuff now. First thing that you got to do is make that decision that no matter what, this is going to be what you're going to do to make some money. 90 days, 120 days, 360 days, doesn't matter if you don't make that decision. So that's going to be the first. And then all it is after that is busting your butt and working hard and putting the hours in and really identifying what the money-making activity is, which in our business is finding items and listing them. So find a way to make that happen on a regular basis, and don't be your own bottleneck in your own business. Everybody ends up being their own bottleneck. They end up holding themselves back because they're trying to find the answers to everything rather than, go bust through the wall. They want to know the answer first, or how to do something before they can get someone to do it. I mean, if you're resourceful, you can always find a way to make things happen. But 90 days, depending on your financial situation, if you got a little bit of cash, a little bit of funds, push through and don't let anything hold you back. I mean, that's all I did, is I just pushed, and I had a lot of rough days along the way because I was just like everybody else. I was used to seeing failure. I was used to it, and until I said, you know what, F that, I'm not going to accept that anymore. I'm just going to push and push and push and push and push. That's all it took. That's honest to goodness all it took. It didn't take me being rocket scientist. I mean, yeah, I guess I have some business skills, but anybody can learn that stuff. It's just a matter of really, I mean, I guess internal struggles, being able to push through those internal struggles. And I think the first 90 days is an important time, because that's going to dictate whether or not you truly feel that you're going to be able to be successful at this. And the only way to get there is to do it with such a degree of faith and certainty, with the end in mind that you're going to do it. And you see it all the time now. You see it in our group, people that had a lot of certainty that they're at the 90-day mark and they're starting to break through and they're starting to see it because they just kept going. But there's a lot of pain along the way. There's a lot of pain when you're shedding all the failures and all the struggles. It can be a painful process, for you to start loving yourself and believing in yourself. So first 90 days should be spent just building you. Just use the business to build your own faith in yourself. You don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to convince anybody. You don't have to get rejected ever. So all you have to do is focus on you. And if you could do that in 90 days, you can have a completely different outlook on the world. When I went into this, my outlook was to try to build, try to get to $100,000 in sales by my birthday, which is in 2 months from now. Total. And now I do it every month.
Yeah.
And now my outlook is, how do I build a $100 million company, $100 million company? How do I build that? I didn't have that when I started. I didn't have that belief in myself. So it's all going to start with that. Find your success and celebrate it along the way. Like if you made $4 tomorrow, you got started and you make $4, don't say, oh, I only made $4. Like, hey, I just made $4 freaking dollars, and before I lost $6,000 last year. I lost $6,000, so hell, I just made 4 of that back. That's pretty awesome. I mean, that's all you got to do. I mean, I don't think that it's a lot more complicated. But it is a lot of inner work that needs to go on.
Jason, you mentioned if you have money, just bust through it. What did you? So 5-6 months, December 12th. What did you have like $1,000 to pour into this thing? What'd your life look? You touched on your $40 a day thing.
I had help. I was able to scrape a couple grand together over the next couple months to be able to afford selling products. But it's easy whenever you have things that are happening. Most people are scared of going out there and making their situation a reality of, like, I don't have the money to buy something. and people aren't going to understand really what that means until they get in. But when you're bringing money in, it's a whole lot easier to find money. You know, it just is. Now, nobody wants to loan you money if you're broke, and you know, every time they give you money, they never see it back. But here you have an opportunity. Hey, I have money that's just been paid to me. It's just not released to me at this point. So, I mean, that was resourceful. Being resourceful. You got to be resourceful. It's not about like how bad your situation is or how bad my situation is or was. I was just resourceful. I found a way to make it happen, and everybody's going to have to find their own source of making it happen. And if you say I don't have a source, then you got to change the way that you think. Period.
That's the opposite of creativity and resourcefulness, is saying I don't have a way. That's the complete opposite of how you open up that creativity. So,
exactly.
So Jason, so you talked a ton about mindset here, around, you know, what's your IPAs, fighting your self-doubt, what, you know, really about commitment. This is what I'm doing for the next 90 days. Can you talk specific, so Tony Robbins talks a lot about 80% psychology, 20% mechanics. So can you talk about some of that 20% mechanics? What would somebody's day look like? And let's assume a part-time person. If you're full-time, obviously you can crank things more. What would someone who has like 1 to 2 hours or 3 to 4 hours a day, like when I was working a full-time job, because I was serious, what would those couple hours look like to them for 90 days, dude?
Find products from one website, see if it's listed, and then if it's not listed, put it up, or if it is listed, put it up and try to sell it. So that's all. I mean, literally, it's just finding stuff and listing it. It's no more complicated than that. You know?
There's no conversion and sales copy and writing emails and getting traffic? What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, it's nothing. You know, you don't have to do all that stuff. Your mechanics is find items and list them, and someone's eventually going to buy something from you if you list enough of it. You know, I mean, let's talk to the people who are going to sign up right now. One of the things that you're going to fight is, oh man, I've been listing, people are looking at my stuff, but nobody's buying. What's wrong with me? Nothing. You just don't have enough stuff. You don't have the right trap yet. You don't have the right product that people want to buy. You just have to keep looking, keep believing, and you do that every day for 90 days, your life will be different. So it's all about, are you committed to doing something so simple that might be boring? Let's be honest, it's not fun. But are you willing to change your life? Are you willing to do what it actually takes to change your life? Are you just going to talk about it and say, oh, I want to change my life, but I don't have time? That's just the biggest cop-out in the history of the world anyways. Everybody has time, and if you don't have time, you have resources, period. Yep. I mean, I think that you know enough about the workings of my business that every single problem that you see people bring up over and over and over, we all have the same ones. The only thing that separated me at this point is the way that I handle the issues as they come up. Resourcefulness. Be resourceful. Find a solution to the problem, and the sky truly is the limit in this trillion-dollar market. How much of it do you want to claim, or earn? All you have to do is go find that black spatula with forks. You know what I mean? Like, it's endless. How many products are in the world? I mean, millions and millions and millions of things. So,
dude, I have a great one for you. And this we talked about this earlier. So, I know some people, they're like, well, it's saturated. Everybody's going to drop ship, and then we're going to stomp all over each other. Dude, just address that, because you've looked at all the metrics behind the scenes. I have too, but you have a great insight on that.
Well, let's talk about that. If we're talking about humans right now. All right, so let's say we have 70,000 people that have joined us. Let's immediately remove about 65,000 of them that aren't doing anything.
And they've made sales, which is crazy. A huge percentage already made sales.
They probably made sales.
They're trickling along.
They've made sales, but they're not doing anything. They're not competing with you. Who are you competing with? You're only competing with yourself. You're your own competition. I could tell you exactly what I do. I could tell you I could give you every single thing that I have and say, this is it. You might not execute the plan the way that I execute the plan. You know, so you have no competition. You are your own competition. Nobody else is going out there and working hard. You know, you're in competition with yourself. Who else is doing it? You find 10 people. Find me 10 people right now. Out of 70,000, you find me 10 people, and those 10 people, if they're watching, reach out to me if you're doing more than $100,000 in sales a month. Find me those 10 people. I want to see them because I'm the only one so far that stepped up. So who am I competing with?
So let's talk about, let's looking forward. Let's say a million people, you know, thousands of people join from watching this interview with you, and let's say there's a whole bunch of Jason O'Neills, and all of a sudden there are 1,000 people doing 100,000 a month like you. How much does that scare you? And I know the
answer. Not at all, because I want to buy their businesses if that's the case. Because they built something that's an asset, and now they can cash out. So, I mean, it's how big can I grow my business, and let's all work together, make each other happy. I mean, it doesn't scare me because there's trillions of dollars. I mean, 1,000 people can go out there and make $100,000 in sales, and it's not going to hurt me at all.
It's not even a drop in the ocean, right?
No, because there's so many ways that you can go about the business as you start earning money. You know, you can start buying products from China and putting your own labels and stuff on there. You know, you can do it so many different ways. There's no cap to what you can do. You know, if you want to have those hand warmers that people are looking for in the winter, you go slap your label on those hand warmers, and you know, next thing you know, you're the hand warmer guy, right? I mean, then people that are drop shipping, they're buying my products and drop shipping my products. So, you know, it's like you stay ahead of the competition anyways if you're just moving and shaking. Movement creates, or, you know, motion creates emotion. You know, you got to keep going. You can't get comfortable in what you do, and by the time people catch me, you know, there'll be a new deal that I'm working on that's got me making $1 million a month, you know, so it doesn't matter. I welcome the competition, but it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It doesn't matter.
Love it, dude. So we've talked about mindset. We've talked about 90-day plan. We've talked about where you started at. Dude, I just want to tell you that is so to realize December 12th, it wasn't even 6 months ago. So you're right around the 6-month mark right now.
Yeah.
You're doing your goal to do 100,000 in sales total by your 8th month. You've now done that. You're doing it every month. That by your whatever 5th month there.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so you're stretching your own limiting beliefs. Like goals you set, you completely shattered them. Not even close. Like destroyed them.
I'm in a completely different place than I was 6 months ago. I can tell you, I mean, this business changed my life. I would hate to say saved my life. I'm not going to be that melodramatic or anything, but it changed my life. I mean, it helped me believe in myself again. After some struggles, after failures, woe is me, my life sucked. I lived in a van down by the river, you know. Now I'm smart, you know. That's all. It literally just took a decision. You know, it happened immediately. It literally happened immediately. Once I made that first sale and I saw it and I could visualize it, it happened. And I just hope that I honestly hope that here shortly someone joins the group and joins in the Monopoly and says, you know, I was on that webinar. I was on that little hangout that the Jasons did, and you know, I'm gonna run for it. I'm gonna make it happen. I don't care if a lot of people join. Doesn't matter. You're not gonna be joining me unless I'm promoting it, and chances are I'm not going to be. So, you know, I just hope that people take this and say, wow, 6 months, you know, if that guy can do it, I can do it. I mean, hell, look at me. If you think I'm a jerk or something, maybe you're like, oh, that guy's a real jerk, you know. If I can do it being such a jerk, you know, you can do it being the super nice person that you are, you know. I mean, anybody can do it, man. You know, so the opportunity's out there, and I hope that I at least painted the picture to where someone could see themselves within this and sitting down at their computer and putting the work in and fighting through the obstacles, because they're going to be there. You know, you just got to fight through them. And if you can do that for 90 days, and you know, hell, here we are, man. It took me, I think, 4 months to get to $10,000 in earnings, and then the fourth month I made 10 in earnings, or you know, profit, whatever, and last month 20 in profit. So, you know, it's a compounding return business. How hard are you? How long are you willing to, I guess, not cash out? You know, if you can think about it as building wealth, and you continue to put into your asset, which this is an asset. If you have a company that's bringing money in, it's an asset. You know, especially if you build systems around that to make it attractive to investors, you know, because nobody wants to buy your company if it's just you. You are the company. But people want to buy a company if you're bringing in a couple $1 million a year, and you've got a team of people that are handling 99% of the business. You know, you're pretty replaceable at that point as far as they're concerned. So I forgot. I just got off on a tangent. Where was I going with this thing?
You're building up your
building wealth, right? It's how long are you willing to take your so-called profits, because profits aren't income, right? We talked about that earlier. Profits are not income. Income is what you pay yourself, okay? Profits are how much is the company bringing in above and beyond your business costs. So how much of that are you willing to put back in to doubling in compounding? If you know about compounding returns, what's that little deal with a penny? If you compound it 30 days in a row, it becomes like 1.4 million or something like that. Yep. Something crazy. Yep. And it's the same thing, and it's cool to be at this point in the business to where things are compounding on a bigger scale. It's no longer going from $40 to $80 a day. It's going now from, how do I go from $500 to $1,000 a day in net profit? You know, I mean, how do I do that? And how do I get from 1 to 2? Those are the next progressions with where things are at. So I look at it as Monopoly, man. I just read my screen, I look at it, and I'm like, okay, I got these numbers, and how do I grow those numbers? How do they work? How do the numbers even work? What makes them? How are they formed? Oh, my margins. Okay, well, maybe I can increase my margins. How would I go about doing that? So those are the things that you get to along the way. You know, I wasn't thinking about that stuff when I started. You know, but if you can continue to invest into your business and invest into your company, I mean, if you know why Amazon is as big as they are, is because they never show a profit every year. They invest all their money back into building that behemoth. You know, the guy probably pays himself in stocks or something and cashes out millions of dollars in stocks every year because he who knows how he pays himself. They have great accounting, you know, the guy at the top, but that's how you become a $1 billion company and a $100 billion company. You don't ever get there if you're saying, "Oh crap, I just made 20 grand. Let's go blow it."
Yeah.
You know, let's go blow it. Let's go party. You know, the only way that you get there is by you continually invest into your company. So, you know, you have to be willing to go the next year without really. You might get to a point where you have a ton of money coming in, and you got to fight the urge and say, "Oh, you know, I want to." You know, what's more important to me is making $100,000 than buying that car that I can go buy. You know, I mean, that's going to be the difference between the people who take this and run with it, and in a year we're all having like a millionaire party. You know, we're all actually doing the things that we get into the network marketing or the home-based business world to do, which is the lifestyle. You know, where we're traveling the world and we're attracting people magically into our lives now because we're attractive. You know, I mean, isn't it funny how much more attractive you are when you're seeing success? How many people want to talk to you? Nobody wants to talk to you if you're not seeing success, you know. So go out there and you owe it to yourself and make some things happen and make yourself feel good. And when you feel good, guess what? You know, it keeps you motivated. And when you're motivated, you can go out there and inspire someone else. Or, you know, that's all I can do at this point is hopefully pay it forward a little bit to someone. You know, I hope that I can pay it forward to you. You know, I do. I appreciate you even coming on here and doing this interview, and whatever you're going to do with it, you know, the marketing that you're going to be doing with it, I hope that you're able to grow a great team of people who aren't just going to join your company, your business, but are actually going to go do stuff.
Jason, I want to say, you know, one of our intentions with this is literally for our entire team. We've been talking about this for months now, and I was like, dude, I would love to send a video, you know, interviewing you to my list. And that's back when you're making like 4,000 or 5,000 or whatever profits. And so our real intention is for anybody seeing this, come join our team. There's a link down below somewhere. It all starts with $20. But
Yeah.
I want to. This idea I learned back in 2006. I remember this gal talking about. She was on stage, trainer, makes millions of dollars now, and she had been inspired by a guy making $30,000 a month back in the day, and she's like, if that guy can do it, I can at least jack it all up and make at least 1%, and $3,000 a month saves my life. And I've always looked at it like that. And so, Jason, I'm imagining someone on here watching, and they're like, dude, they don't have your confidence. They don't have your business acumen, your business savvy. And they're sitting there, but I'm looking at them realizing, dude, if they can even do $2,000 a month in the next 6 months, and they screw up everything you've done, they're watching all your videos, they're seeing they could do it, their belief is growing, but $2,000 a month completely changes their entire life. That's crazy, dude. That's amazing.
It's the inner belief. It really is the inner belief. And what's your expectations of yourself, and why is that the expectations that you have for yourself? You know, that's something that Tony Robbins talks about is your why. You know, and you hear it all the time. Why? Your why. You see people post about it all the time. They don't even know what their why is. You know, like, what is your why? Why do you feel the way that you feel? Why do you expect yourself to fail? Why? It has nothing to do with the outside world. It has nothing to do with, well, my wife's beat me down my whole life, or nobody's ever believed in me. Who cares? You believe in yourself, and if you do that, and you have a strong enough reason to change from expecting failure to expect success, it really is a decision. Like, you make that decision, and you make it now. And you say, no matter what it takes, I'm gonna seek the answers to become successful. And how do you become successful? You model other people who have done it. You don't go create the wheel yourself. So it doesn't matter where you're starting at. You know, as long as you have that desire to go out there and find the answer. You know, if you want to lose weight, find someone who's lost weight. You know, and how'd they do it? How'd they keep it off? If you wanna become a successful drop shipper, well, who's become successful? Who are you modeling? Who are you following? Are you following the people that are telling you that are, for the lack of a better term, not feeding you with anything that's empowering you, or are you following people who are making you feel like you're alive and you're accomplishing something? Because you're a lot more powerful when you're accomplishing something. It makes you just feel different. It makes you feel better, and it makes you feel like you're anxious to get on and help someone do something. And you're anxious to get home from work and sit on that computer for 4 hours because you're accomplishing something. You're working towards something. You know, all you have to do is know what that something is. You know, like, why do you want it? What do you want out of life? And not in terms of, I'm tired of living a crappy life. You know, why do you want to change your life? What's the reason? What's the reason? And you find the reason, and you keep it. You keep it there. You focus on it. And, you know, that's the only difference, right? It's focus. What are we focusing our attention and energy on, and how long are we doing it for? Are you going online and saying, well, my ADD brain can't handle all this stuff? Well, shut everything else down, right? If your ADD brain, because I have to shut down stuff now because I get too many messages on Facebook, and My phone's going off all day, so I keep my ringer off, and people are like, I can't ever get in touch with you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's right, because I'm focused, I'm doing stuff, I'm accomplishing things, I'm getting in shape. Like that's a big goal of mine, and I've broken through. This is a year for me, honestly, that I'm breaking through a lot of barriers that I've had to fight through over the years, and I feel good because I can pay it forward to someone else right now that's sitting where I was sitting and saying, I'm so ready, I'm hungry, I want it so bad, and I'm willing to do it, I'm willing to break it, I'm willing to go find the answer. And I'm not going to message Jason asking him all the secrets of the universe and how he's able to drop ship so much. I've never asked anybody, and you can't go around and asking everybody, because you don't need to know. You need to figure it out. And if you got that hunger, right? Like I want it. It's always on my mind. Why do I want it? Oh, because it's gonna make me feel good. I'm gonna go out there and inspire people, and when I inspire people, I feel attractive to the world. And when I feel attractive to the world, I bring people in that make me feel good and make me feel energetic and make me feel alive. Because I could tell you what, my life is completely different over the last even couple months of the success that I've seen because people like you are now in my life. People who understand pushing themselves to be better. When over the years, I've always been trying to convince my friends and other people that I'm smart enough. I'm trying to convince people, right? And you start going out there and you start killing it, and then all of a sudden those people are like, wow, you're awesome. Holy cow, now we want to be your friend. Now we believe in you. Magically. We've always believed in you, but you start attracting the people into your life that are going to help you get to the places that you get. Sometimes you got to step back maybe from your own environment and say, I got to change my environment. This is not conducive to me being successful.
Yeah.
And you gotta go make it happen, and why do people feel pain and why do they feel frustration? Because they feel like they're helpless of changing, so you gotta figure out how do you go from fear to empowerment, and I don't know, to me it all started with just seeing a little bit of success, and that's what this has offered me, is a little bit of success. It costs $20, and I honestly don't know what would ever hold anybody back. Really, like $20. We spend $20 on anything. Really, we do. It's there, it's there, and this has changed my life. All I can do is say this has changed my life. It gave me a little success in the beginning when I needed it, and you build on that success 1% every day, right? You get a little bit better every single day at it, and 6 months from now, you have a boulder rolling down the mountain, and it's getting bigger. That snowball that goes down from the top of the mountain all the way to the bottom. It's a lot bigger by the time it gets to the bottom, and that's what you have. It all started with a little pebble rolling down, and that little bit of success though kept getting better 1% every day.
Jason, I just want to acknowledge you first of all for your transparency. It's funny, before you're like, oh, if somebody thinks this guy's a jerk or something, dude, you're straight to the point, and I think maybe that offends some people.
Sure.
Like telling the truth. If
Yeah.
anybody's afraid of the truth, they probably lie to themselves all the time. But dude, you're also sitting here like, dude, it all started with $20 when I was hurting. Yeah, I remember you were talking about your goal, $40 a day, and that really where you came from. You're not too proud to share, some of the struggles you've been through and honest about that. And I think, if anything, you are you're not just paving the path with your results, but you're being an amazing example of someone taking 100% responsibility for what needs to happen. You've even the stuff that's gone bad in your business, dude. You just told me earlier, you're like, I don't reach out to a group and I don't like start complaining and stuff. You figure you call Amazon, you call eBay, you call whoever you need to solve the problem. You just go do it, and that's taking personal responsibility. I want to acknowledge you for that and how much I appreciate not just seeing that, but being around. Even if I'm just watching a video of you, whether it's on the phone or video or whatever,
Sure.
it's really funny how all this stuff grows on each other, and even your spheres of influence start to snowball with each other, and it's just amazing what's happened. So, dude, amazing work. I just appreciate you so much.
I appreciate that. You know, it's fun. It is a lot of fun, and again, it's about attracting the people in your life that you want to attract. So, you know, my way of doing it is to repel the ones that I don't want to talk to anyways. You know, it's not a big deal. If you think I'm a jerk, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's not like my intention, but I mean, I want people to watch this thing and say, "Gosh, man, that fires me up." Because I believe that I believe in myself, and I'm going to make that decision to go out there and do it, you know. And this isn't just something to make a decision that you're going to be successful, and then come to the event. Isn't that? This is make a decision that you're going to go out there and make $4 tomorrow, and then go make $4 the next day, and then make $4 every single day for the next 3 months and be happy about it because you made $0 yesterday.
Yep.
And you grow that $4 into 8, and then you grow that 8 into 16, into 32, into 64, into 128, into 256, into 512, into 1024. You know, you start doing that every day, every day, every day, and you start getting that belief in yourself, and you're not hurting people anymore. You're helping them. You're actually helping. You're not hurting. You're not saying go spend all your money that you don't have so we can give you some training products that aren't going to actually help you make money. And you see it on the internet. You see it way too much. And I know that everybody likes getting big commissions and it's fun, but at the expense of hurting others, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I'm not going to change this industry. I don't like it. I don't like the network marketing world. I like the people that I meet. Some of them.
Yeah.
I don't like the silliness of it all. You know, I like business. That's what I like. I like business, and I like modeling myself after successful business people. And you look at the companies out there that are successful, and they're not sitting at their kitchen table necessarily like I am right now. So my goal is to grow from here. And I'm happy sitting at the kitchen table, you know, but it's not the destination at this point. Who knows what that destination is going to be? But I mean, I know that it's bigger than what it is. But I mean, honestly, man, I hope to become an influence within the community, even the network marketing world, even if I rub some of the leaders wrong, and I'll probably call them out sometime because I'm not scared of a little confrontation. I'm not scared of telling someone that they're ripping and hurting people. You know, what are they going to say if they know they're doing it? We're all honest with ourselves, right? I mean, I guess we can convince ourselves that we're not hurting people, but I know that 100% without a shadow of a doubt that every single person that takes their wallet out and spends $20 right now to get into this has a much better chance of seeing success for the first time in their life than anything else that's out there on the planet, in the world. There's nothing that I know of. Maybe there is. I don't know of it. I'm not a Mr. Know-it-all, but there's nothing out there right now that if you're sitting here watching this right now and saying, I'm going to be successful in my life, there's nothing that offers you this opportunity, because you get a billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company in Amazon that's giving you an unlimited marketing budget to say, go spend our money.
Yeah.
So we can bring people to our website, and you could sell products, and after you sell those products, then we'll take a small fee from you. You're gonna basically be able to go build Walmart inside of our huge huge store. Just imagine this. Okay, picture yourself doing this. You drive down the store, you see all the big box retailers, you see Walmart, and they're usually in a little shopping center, or they're in a standalone Walmart super center. At this point, they have all this land and all the money that goes behind building that store. Lots and lots and lots of capital and lots of resources. Here you have an opportunity right now to basically get that huge 100 acres to build your Walmart store for free. Well, $40 a month if you're going to pay Amazon to have a pro account.
Right.
Okay. So for $40 a month, you get 100,000 acres that you get to basically pick and choose and put products on the shelves for people to walk down. They say, oh man, today we're in the kitchen aisle. We love all this kitchen stuff that this guy has for sale. And tomorrow we're in the outdoor aisle. We're going to buy his fishing poles, and we're going to buy his lines and his lures and everything. And you know, like it's endless the amount of stuff that you can sell. And they're saying, we're going to spend billions of dollars on you, Jason. We're going to spend so much money on you that it's going to be almost the only way that you're not going to do well with us is if you don't try.
Yep.
Is if you don't try. I mean, we're giving you everything that you need. Now, what sounds better? Go build your store without having to figure out how to build a store, or go build a lead capture page, go buy some traffic, test the traffic, see if those people want to talk to you at all, see if you could build the relationship with your list of people. Obviously, we all know the money's in the list. We hear it all the time. But if the money is always just in the list, how come nobody's making money? Because they're not selling anything. You know, so here you have an opportunity to go sell a bunch of stuff that people are looking for, and it doesn't cost you anything other than your time.
I think that's a big distinction in the marketing world is you always want to find the real money is in a buyer's list. So
Sure.
If people have already bought something that you could sell a lot of stuff if it's related.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting in front of. That's what's happening, right?
You're getting in front of a buyer's list because they're looking for that black spatula. They're looking for it. You know, you might not have the exact black spatula that one person wants, but you're going to have the one that someone else wants.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you hear it all the time. I was listening to an interview from Sir John Templeton last night, and in the interview, he said that there's never been a better time in the history of our planet to go out there and build massive wealth for yourself. And there's a book called The Strangest Secret from Earl Nightingale, and this was back in 1952. And a lot of the people today take some of his stuff, and it's cool to see that, you know, stuff doesn't really change; it's the same. And he said at the time, there's never been a better opportunity to go out there and create wealth. Now, you think about it, if you believe in compounding returns in just the universe, which everything, technology doubles every couple of years at this point. So you think about it. You think about where it is today and where it can be in a couple of years, because all the new technologies that are going to be coming out, it's endless. You know, you're getting out of the kiddie pool and trying to get leads and build lists and all this stuff, and you're jumping into the deep end, and you say, I'm going to swim with the sharks. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go out there and carve out what's soon to be over $1 trillion market. I'm going to carve out my little bit, you know, because Amazon wants every single product in the world on their website.
I want to actually share for anybody listening, I've been doing the list thing in traffic I've been teaching it for 6-7 years, built giant teams, and I personally am 8 years of expertise, full-time 6 years. I'm stepping out of that world, and I'm stepping into this whole world that Jason's talking about today. You are a major influence. I'm telling you right now, dude. And there's a handful of people I can bring up too, but I just want to let you know that, like, dude, that's 8 years of my life, passion, thousands of videos like crazy, but this is way bigger, dude. We were talking today, how much money can you make in network marketing versus how much money you can make with Amazon. It's to the order of not just one order of magnitude, but a couple. Like big.
Yeah.
What'd you say? $100 million company, dude. That's what we're talking about. That's
And
awesome.
they're letting you build a business on their platform because they understand the value of a marketplace, you know. And when you start thinking about economics, right? Think about economics a little bit. People are looking to buy stuff, right? And Amazon at this point wants to bring the people that are looking to buy stuff to their marketplace. It's like you're walking through the streets in one of those cities in the Middle East or something. I like when I think of marketplaces, I picture those places for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Um, yeah, where they're just bringing buyers and sellers together. It's like, okay, think about Google. Google's a search engine, right? Where you can almost find anything at this point on Google. And what do all the marketers want to get? They want to get all that Google traffic, right? That's all the courses teach how to do SEO and PPC and get people, because the reason why is because when people are going to Google and they're typing in a specific phrase, right? It might be, my background comes from the lead generation world, like for the legal field, where people are searching for a tax attorney in XYZ city. Well, you want to show up if you're a tax attorney because that person's probably interested in at least talking about something. They might be interested in buying something from you. So let's take Amazon, which is a search engine, for a marketplace. And instead of having to have people that are picking up the phone, answering the question, pre-qualifying people, saying, does this person even qualify to be on the phone? Well, you don't have to do any of that. And guess what? You don't have to do either. You don't have to provide them a service after you sell them that black spatula. You don't. I mean, if you're an attorney, you damn sure still have to go do the attorney work, or you're going to get disbarred. You know, if you're a cake shop, you got to go make the cake now. You know, here you got to sell the spatula and you got to ship it to someone. Well, how do I ship it? You order it and ship it to them. You know, most of the time you're done with the work after that. You know, so you think about it. You get the world's largest search engine marketplace that's giving you a free spot in their store right now. I'm sure one day they might say, hey, this is going to cost $2,000 to do, and it's going to eliminate people. I don't know. I'm just wondering if they want to clean up the riffraff eventually, if a whole bunch of people flood the market, and all that will happen is Amazon's going to tighten up the rules and say we're gonna monitor our marketplace more closely, and they're still really good about monitoring it and kicking people off that don't abide by good business practices, right? I mean, if someone has a question, answer the question. If someone wants to return. You know, don't fight with them. So you figure out common business sense, and Amazon loves you for it. And what do? They feed you 600,000 people in a month because you take care of people.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna bring you along and give you 500 the first couple of days and say, can this guy, or gal, you know, do we want them on our marketplace or not? You know, so again, it's a rite of passage, I guess, to get to this point anyways. You know, you got to earn it. You got to go earn it and fight through all the problems that you have to fight through along the way to get here. And I'm not going to even talk about them ever. You know, like, I'm never going to say these are all the issues that you're going to run into, because you got to figure that stuff out anyways. But yeah, I mean, big picture, like, that's big picture. You know, you have a huge search engine that's growing, that's investing billions of dollars in growing their brand, that has millions of people that are signed up for Amazon Prime and are repeat shoppers, and it's only getting bigger because e-commerce is becoming bigger, and there's more and more suppliers that are coming out and about because they see the ability, and more of these suppliers will drop ship for you, so you don't necessarily have to even go to the big box retailers anymore. You can go straight to the supplier and say, oh, okay, hey, how about we get something set up? We're selling a lot of your chairs. Cool. Yep. You know, so you cut that link out. But I mean, big picture is there's so much money out there that if you try, you can change your life. And I've changed my life. And I know other people are going to.
Jason, as we're wrapping this up here, I actually just thought of something. So you keep talking about Amazon, 100 billion marketplace, all this stuff. When someone were to go below, pay $20 and maybe see a video more around it, or they just straight pay 20, the
Yeah.
going to talk about actually selling on eBay. So can you
Sure.
talk about how
Sure.
what's the stepping stones? How does that fit in?
Go push through eBay as fast as you can and get to Amazon. So go make your money back. Go make your $20 and then upgrade and make $100 at the next level. Learning what you do. I mean, actually take it and try and push through it as fast as you can. Go make sales on eBay and get used to just the mechanics of how it all works. Okay, and then once you get to the Amazon level, you're at a point where you can come in and feel comfortable, or you could just start at the Amazon level, get the $20, go make $20 back, and say, okay, this is easy, and then get to the Amazon level and buy the other trainings and go through the other trainings, but then start going to Amazon and start making things happen. I mean, you don't have to go in a certain direction. You just have to want it bad enough to, $20 is going to be the stepping stone. Go make some sales. If you don't believe in it, go get your belief up, and then get to the where the big dogs are playing.
Can you actually share? You'd made a few different comments in the past month around why you started to focus on Amazon over eBay, and why like you just said, get to Amazon as fast as you can. I've heard you say things like it's 10 times. You'll make 10 times as many sales for the same work. Like what does that look like?
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about just look at business, right? Who's making more sales, Amazon or eBay? Okay, who's got better earnings? Who's got more buyers?
Yep.
So that's really all it comes down to. If any other sites were out there that were really cool marketplaces that had a significant amount of traffic, I would look at them too. I mean, eBay is great. I love eBay. But Amazon, to me, is where my focus is. It's more business friendly. It's easier for me to read the reports that they have and make good business decisions based on what they give you, because they want you to be successful as a seller on there. They truly want you to make sales and treat people right. Because if you make sales, they make sales. They've a lot of times make more money on a sale than I do.
Yep.
So it's cool, and I'm perfectly fine with that. They made $7,800 off of me in the last couple weeks or something like that. I mean, I paid them that much money.
Yep.
And I'm perfectly happy to do it.
So Jason, I think we've really addressed all kinds of people. We've addressed people never made $1. We've addressed the few people maybe have a few million in net worth right now, and they're looking at this. They're seeing some good potential.
Sure.
What's a good way to wrap this thing up?
Join. Just do it. Don't ask questions. Don't go on Google and start searching for everything that could go wrong in life, because you're going to find it. Just join and run with us. Just get to where we know each other somehow, some way, and make sure that you're modeling the right people.
Yep.
And you can see success. So take the wallet out, take the credit card out of the wallet, put it in the screen, join, and get started. Make sure that today you're going to go to work and you're going to put everything in it that you have for the next 90 days, for the next 120 days, for the next life. Because there is no quit. So just go do it. And my numbers aren't fake. This isn't all also so we can pull the wool over your eyes. We got them. We just made $10. Sweet. I mean.
And you showed where they ramped up from. It's not like you've been doing
this is
more than.
This is my numbers. This is my numbers. I mean, I guess you have to, you got to believe eventually someone out there isn't trying to rip you off.
Jason, I appreciate you sharing that. There is a percentage of the population that they actually need to see the screens you showed. So thank you for letting us dive into your numbers and business a little bit. And dude, I'm looking forward to diving in on your birthday to see how much bigger you've grown it here. So.
Well, yeah, man, got some big things happening right now. Gotta probably get back at it.
Yeah, let's do it, dude. So thank you so much for all your time. Greatly appreciate this road you're paving for everybody, bro.
You're welcome. It's fun. A lot of fun.
All right, man. Take care, guys. Get down below. $20.
Go do it.